My name is Adrian Nantchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. Now, as an entrepreneur, who is it that you should listen to? In a matter of fact, everyone. Because everyone's opinion and thoughts and feelings are valid in one way or another. Everyone has an idea or a thought that you can then take, either face value or dissect it and think, well, this is BS, that makes no sense. Oh, he makes a good point there. That one sentence made a good point. Everything else is rubbish. You see, everyone has got experiences that you can learn from. So it's up to you and your prerogative to listen to as many people as possible, listen, observe and learn, and then take what you will. Because you see, a lot of people in the world, 95% of the people out there are idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. Very few people in the world know what they're talking about. So it's worthwhile listening to both the smart people and the idiots, because these idiots, although idiotic, might have a good point or an interesting angle or an interesting perspective that you can then use, reverse engineer, dissect and leverage and apply elsewhere in your business. They might have thought of something that's way over your head or you never thought about or never realised. So that's why you want to listen to everyone. Listen to smart people because of some point, but also the stupid idiot people, but also the smart people because they know what they're talking about. You want to listen to them, absorb what they're talking about, and take heed to their lessons, their advice, and everything else like that. The chances are they would have already progressed beyond you. So when they say do this, don't do that, do this, do blah blah blah, blah or be aware of this, or blah blah blah, blah or whatever, take it. Learn and think, good point. And both really. Take them and say, good point, interesting. You filter it, you put it in your mind and you filter it and you say, does this make sense compared to what I know already? Or does that make sense and does that, you're allowing facts to change your thoughts and opinions and your strategy. You're allowing inputs from different people to then shift and change what you do in life. And you don't want to be blind to everyone, saying, I'm right, and not being ignorant, not taking in any advice or any other techniques or anything like that, because everyone knows something you don't know. So you want to listen to the naysayers, because they're the ones trying to bring you down. They're trying to bring you down for a reason, and if you understand why, you can probably counter it or leverage it. Leverage it mentally to boost you up, or leverage it to get more sales, get more traffic, get more people, who knows. Listen to the people that on your team as well, because people below you or above you have ideas that you might want to apply. Just listen to them, be humble, listen to them. There are people, the customers, especially customers, when you always try and strive to fulfill the customer's needs, you will never run out of ideas for your business. Because the customer's needs will always change, so listen to them. They'll have new ideas, new concepts, new things you can apply that will change your business. Worth keeping in mind. Listen to everyone and be humble. That's the most important thing, because you don't know, somebody out there might have had a thought or opinion that can change your business. However, also, when you're in places like the pub, for example, or a bar, there's always some idiots saying, oh, you should invest this or you should buy that and all the rest. It's pub talk. The chances are, because 95% of people are idiots, 95% of what they're going to say is stupid. I can remember some time being in a pub and the guy opposite me was a bit of an idiot, and he was talking about some stuff he was doing, and it's like, I'll listen to him, but it'll be like, I don't care at the same time. I'll listen because he might mention something, he might mention a phrase or a name or a title or a keyword, and it's like, tell me more about that please, because suddenly at that point then I know he knows more than me, and I'm humble enough to listen to him and like, tell me more please, tell me more. Oh, interesting. Write it down, send an email to myself. And it's like, oh, I'll do more research on that later on. And that research, being open-minded, does a bit of extra research, changes my game later on. And it's like, interesting concept, or that one thing you said is interesting. So you need to listen to everyone. Everyone's got something you can learn from. Be humble enough to listen to it. It's hard at first because of pride. Well, it wasn't hard for me, but certainly it can be hard for some people because of the pride. But listen to people, they know more than you, and don't take it on face value per se. Don't take it as an insult. Just take it as information, as data, as advice, and go along with it and play with it and think, how can I apply this? What does it mean for me? What does this entail? The humbler you are, the better. You see, a mentor told me that A mind full of conclusions has no room for expansion. So if you go into a room and you're the smartest one there, and you jump into conclusions every now and then, and I almost fell for this recently as well, you're not going to listen to everyone. You're going to be arrogant and pride. And pride is not very helpful at all for success. Pride will not help you achieve what you want. So you need to be not the smartest in the room, because when you're the smartest in the room, in theory you're not going to learn much. So you need to be the second smartest, or preferably the thickest in the room. Because when you're the thickest in the room, but you're the most humblest, they're saying things, random phrases or keywords. Write them down on your phone, for example, email it to yourself later on at the end of the day, and do a bit of research. You're shooting up. You might be at the bottom, but you're shooting up. You're the most humble. People are telling me stuff, people are sharing, people are talking in general. Well, what was that by that? Just, excuse me please, what was that you said? Oh, okay, how do you spell that? Oh, thank you very much, I'll look into that later on. When you're the smartest in the room, you have to be then try and be the most humblest as well. The smarter you are, the more humble you need to be. In fact, actually, you need to be humble regardless, because don't be arrogant. Arrogance, pride and arrogance and sensitive. There are some key personality traits that do not help you in success, and pride is one of them, whereas I already know that, whatever. And I've seen people like that. I remember years ago helping someone at a computer. This is like when I was at university. I sat next to him, I think it was in second year, and it's like I'm teaching him some cool stuff, or third year, I can't remember, teaching him cool stuff, and he's like, oh, well, I know this, you'll go away now, mate, and it's like, oh, okay, F you then, I'm gone. So pride, not a good trait to have. Stubborn, it's like they'll listen to what you say, and then they'll discard it straight away, and it's like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, alright. And they'll be indifferent perhaps, or they won't care about what you've got to say. They won't be hostile or passive aggressive to you, but they'll be like indifferent to what you have to say, and it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. They won't change. Or don't do this, do that. And, yeah, okay, okay, right. And they won't change. But they won't be proud. They won't be callous about it. They'll just be quiet and to themselves. Another one is sensitive. So if you're sensitive, like do this, don't do that, they might start crying, like have a bit of a breakdown or whatever, and it's like, but you need to do this rather than that, and it's like, but then they'll whinge and whine, and it's like, well, this is going nowhere, unfortunately. So you want to listen to everyone. Listen to everyone. So the question of the day to you is, how are you going about learning from people? How are you going about learning from people? Whenever I go to, my answer to the question of the day is, whenever I go to an event, I have an email that I write up. I send it to myself with title of ideas, and throughout I'll just write down key phrases or key words or key notes from different people. And at the end of the day, I'll email it to myself, or on the way home, I'll email it to myself, so when I get home, or when I get to my emails later on, I can go through all these emails and think, this key word here, this key phrase here, this bit of research there. I'll do a Google search about it, and it's like, tell me more, what does that mean? YouTube and Google and all the rest, what does that mean? This phrase, this keyword, tell me more about this, tell me more. And I will learn from everyone. I try to do as many as I can, many things as I can, and talk to many people as I can, depending on different constraints, and go everywhere. I was at a conference a few months ago, and there was a guy there giving a talk from The Apprentice a few years ago. Listen to him, interesting concept. Forgot his name now. Matthew Clough, I think, or something Clough, a few years ago, 2013, I believe. So listen to him. Went around the place to other places, other stands, and it's like, tell me more. A lot of stuff you can learn just by listening to people. You've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that's for a reason. To listen, well, not quite the reason, but to listen more than you talk. It's more, I won't go into details, but you need to listen more than you talk. And the more people you listen to, the wiser you'll get and the more round you'll get. This is why travel is so good, because you go around the world, you talk to people that are in different cultures, different worlds, different perspectives. They know stuff you may never learn, or you may never realise, and all it takes is a 5, 10, 15-minute conversation with them, and they'll say something, they'll mention something that they take for granted. And it will just, whoa, I never thought of that concept, strategy, technique, this philosophy, this belief, or this spiritual thing, or this thing like the body or something, or this thing. It's like, wow. What I call the cost of discovery is this metric that I've coined called the cost of discovery, which is, I know something, right? Whatever topic I know about, And it might have took me years and years to learn this or develop it or master it or systemize it, and then I'll tell you this over the course of a conversation or a video, for example, and you'll discover it like that. You'll learn it and you'll apply it like that. That took you 10 seconds to learn, and you hear it and process it and internalize it. It took me 10 years, for example, or a year, for example, or whatever. But the cost for me to discover that piece of knowledge was this, for example. But the cost for you really was click on the video, watch the video, be patient, 1.5 or times 2 speed, and listen and take some notes or learn, and I'll Google search straight away. The cost for you is next to nothing, but the cost for me could have been so much greater. So that's why I want to learn. That's why I want to learn from people that have spent just as much time, if not more time, learning these mistakes or lessons or principles. So the cost of discovery for my own stuff, for these books, for example, could be an afternoon or a few days. But for these things, that took them years and years. I can learn in 15, 10, 5 minutes or seconds or whatever. So the more of those you learn, the wiser you get. Cost of discovery. So that's it. So how cool is that? Now, if you haven't already, click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it. Because remember, this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So go out there today and do something remarkable. How cool is that?